Hello everybody and welcome back to the D&D channel. We're here with Learn by Play. We're back for episode 1, which follows on from our session 0 last week. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today with the full cast and crew of Learn by Play for yet another episode of Learn by Play. We clearly haven't learned anything, but we're going to try and learn something here together today by playing D&D together. And let's go around the cast and crew. Let's figure out who we are and who we're playing. We have Sid with us tonight. Sid, how's it going?
It's going great. I just knocked something over. I'm sorry for the bumps that everybody just heard. Sorry. Hello. I'm playing Ramsey, who is a drow alchemist, sort of medical professional turned black market drug dealer.
Awesome. We also have Myth back with us tonight. Myth, how's it going, my friend?
It's going great. I'm super excited. I ever since we were chatting about the session 0, I've just been like, oh my god, I can't wait to play. I can't wait to play. I can't wait to play. And super happy that now we're getting to play. I am playing Captain Turntides Bromley, a once fence and smuggler to Waterdeep and the various, I guess, crime families within, and now has he's been lost to the seas. But we'll catch up with more of what he is and how he works in the world in a bit. But like I said, super excited to be here. Can't wait to play.
Great stuff. We also have Lindy with us tonight. Lindy, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing pretty spiffy. I'm super excited to play today. Like Myth, I've just been thinking about this pretty much nonstop since we did our session 0 last week. I'm super excited. I will be playing Drexel, who is an Aasimar monk. Totally not a spy from a rival family. Just genuinely happy to be in the Arbaletti family, because I know the name very well because I'm just such a strong member of this family, and I'm not an all new. Yeah, I'm super loyal. It's gonna be awesome.
Great stuff. Greg is Atlas already. Greg, how's it going?
I'm doing well. In this season, and tonight I'm going to be playing Flynn Rich Downcoin, a man who has done 10 years, actually a stout halfling who has done 10 years for this family. I don't like rats. I don't like implants or people that are coming in and trying to destroy a family from the inside, but I'm here to get my name back, and that's what I intend to do starting tonight.
Great stuff. And last but not least, we have Tall School with us tonight. School, how's it going, my friend?
I'm doing good. Like everyone else, I am excited for this to sort of have this little sort of darker mob family story to pursue. And then on top of that, this whole heist that potentially is coming our way. I am Saldiore, who is a hobgoblin blood hunter, who is an older member of the family and has been put out to pasture, if your pasture is actually back in the kitchen, sort of cooking fettuccine and just giving out lots of advice from the old days, back in his time. And I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. He's going to have lots and lots of advice for everybody.
Oh, amazing. Well, this band of blaggers and ragamuffins, you can learn a little bit more about them if you want to in our session 0, which is on last week's episode, but we'll learn about them throughout the course of today's show as well. So I, of course, will be your Dungeon Master for tonight, and we'll be playing through some of the module of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and putting our own spin on it, as always, throughout the course of the season, taking moments away from the game to divulge some Dungeon Master and player tips to you guys. So we're going to be doing that. But first of all, we're going to start off with a story. And our story begins about 10 years ago. Our story begins with a pirate ship. And, of course, none other than Captain Bromley himself, affectionately known by his men as Turntides. Current day, a legend, but in this time, about 10 years back, you're a well-renowned and well-known smuggler for the Arboreti family. And part of your job is to smuggle in various different goods into Waterdeep itself. It's a dangerous job because there are other pirates around, and of course, law enforcement as well, who might catch you along the way. But for you and your crew aboard the Crimson Serpent, there is very little to fear because you are one of the most renowned and feared pirates around. Captain Bromley, do you mind describing to us what you look like?
Yeah, Captain Bromley has, I guess back in the day, he's got a tricorn hat with, like, I guess, like a leather tricorn hat with, it looks like a long tooth in the side of it, piercing through, maybe from some sort of basilisk or some sort of sea spine. He has a long beard that goes down to his neck. Relatively well upkept, and he's got a frilly lacy shirt underneath with a waistcoat with like a crimson sash, and of course the fancy pirate boots. He also has a flintlock pistol on his side, as well as a crowbar where I guess a saber would be. And that's how he looks.
Very cool. The Crimson Serpent is gliding its way across the water very elegantly with your crew of essentially pirates. Your first mate, Bennett, is by your side. He's an older human, older in a sense that he's probably too old to be a pirate. His prime days are past him. So, he's probably about Greg's age. I'm kidding. He's actually probably way older. There he goes. Bennett is probably actually in his 60s, so he's like way too old to be sticking to his life, but he's someone that just doesn't know, quite how to quit. And the average lifespan for, a pirate on your crew is, probably like 25 or something. People don't really survive this long. So he's something of a legend. You guys are out here today because you're hunting for the latest kind of drop-off. It's not uncommon for you to be sent by the Arboriti family on dead drops to pick up various different illicit goods in order to bring them into the city. It's often something that you don't know what they are. You just pick it up in the crates, wherever they tell you. Pick them up, bring them into the city. How you get them and what's inside them isn't really of your concern. Every now and again, being the pirate that you are, you most likely take a look inside and, take your cut of 10% or whatever. Yeah. But often their court wizard for the Arboriti family, Flinrich, will check in with you and essentially call you via magic to make sure that you're not up to any good. So your first mate, Bennett, steps next to you.
Arr, Captain. Seems like it's a story we nice. Is it wise for us to press on?
Yeah, it is always wise to press on. There's not... We've got to get ourselves to Waterdeep by tomorrow. We have to get there, and if we don't get there, we won't get paid. And I like coin, Bennett, and I think you do too.
Arr, I loves me some coin, Captain. You know that much.
Yeah,
Waterdeep's one of the finest locales for wenching and drinking and the like. Well, me and the lads have got two plans.
Good. Well, then you know what that is. Raise the anchor and let's get ready here. Let's get this... Start turning port side here.
Come on, you scallywag.
Get some wind in the sails.
The crew immediately
start going off in pirate speech for a bit.
Pirate slang.
Yeah. Ordering everybody around.
Yeah, it's despite the lack of any kind of clarity on the orders, they all seem to know what they're doing, and set about.
Pirate can't.
Exactly, pirate can't. About their task. You're not far from where the dead drop was located. It was, to your memory, several miles off the coast from Waterdeep, and on a set of isles, which you barely know of because they're just a little stretch of sand that you're headed towards. And so you and Bennett, probably together with a compass and map and a fair amount of time through the stormy weather, plot the coordinates. Now, Flinrich, I'm going to cut to you for a moment here as well. 10 years ago, what was Flinrich like? What did he look like? And what would he be up to right now?
Flinrich would probably be, well, first off, appearance. Flinrich is your typical stout halfling. He's about a little atypical in his size, as he's around 3 feet 9 inches, 3 feet 10 inches, and but he is rotund. He is hefty. He has first, second, third breakfast. He makes them all. He never misses any of the meals of the day. And as his broad and widening girth kind of make him wobble and weeble as he walks, almost as wide as he is tall, his hair receding and grown back upon this pate that always seems to be moist with perspiration, as any type of movement is constantly creating this exertion that normally wouldn't be there with somebody that was a little bit more physically fit. But at this point, he is a high-ranking member of the family. He is also a high-ranking wizard, as he is 17th level mechanically, and he is an archmage.
Excellent. So you're here, back in Waterdeep, and you're with Arcanus Arboretti, who at this time is the patriarch of the Arboretti family and in charge of all business. He is a human as well, this time probably in his 40s, and has long dark hair, and typically wears very nice suits, because the front is that he's a businessman and, of course, runs a restaurant and a chain of restaurants in Waterdeep. You know him to be a brutal and callous and fairly unrelenting kind of person. He is sitting right now, and probably opposite you, due to this being very time-sensitive and important mission that Captain Bromley is on. He's sitting opposite you on his chair, just tapping away on his rings. He wears many, many rings. He just taps on them over and over. And pensively looks over towards you and says, Flinrich, can you locate them?
As soon as they give me the go-ahead, I'll be able to get a hold of them. They contact me, boss. Don't worry. Don't worry. Brom's out there. Brom's going to bring it home. Trust me. Brom will bring it home.
If he doesn't, it'll be hell to pay.
Don't think like that. This is Brom we're talking about. He goes. He comes back with the goods. That's what he does.
Arboretti's face darkens as he is clearly very wound up by the situation. Meanwhile, back aboard the Crimson Serpent, you hear a "Land ho, Captain!" And looking through the dark and stormy clouds, you see the stretch of sand before you, which demarks several little ringlets of islands, not far from your usual kind of hunting grounds. The islands themselves look fairly well populated with foliage, trees, and plant life, probably some animal life on there as well. And as the reef gets sort of closer and closer, Bennett will say, perhaps it's wise if we journey out there on a wee vessel.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the same. Lower anchor. Let's get the schooner up and let's get ready. And drop that into the drink and we'll set on out. Who else is coming aboard? You, Bennett, me. Who else aboard? But one more.
And I just
Me,
choose,
sir.
I guess.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's a young kind of up-and-coming pirate who's actually
Rusty
Bennett's.
Pete. Good to see you. Very good. Very, very good to see you. Now get on over here and lower the boat for us.
Yeah. Rusty Pete, despite being 12, 13, has a lot of rust to his name, and don't know where that was going, but he's pretty much everything on him. You can use your imagination. Is rusting. His armor is old. He's got like a sword.
We've just given him
like
the crap armor. Everything that we found under the water, we've just given him, and it's just really like over-oxidized armor, like plates of matched armor, because he's just one of the initiates. He's the lowest. We have one of our deck boys, but we armored him. So I mean, and then of course we call him Rusty Pete because
it's come on, look at him.
He looks a little bit like a Bronze Age warrior out of a museum with stolen kind of museum armor on right now. But
right.
he's pale-faced young dragonborn, in fact, and he's keen to be out on the journey with you. You drop the schooner